Welcome everyone to another great episode of your favorite new podcast. I always wonder if it's still new, and I muse about this multiple episodes in a row, but it is still kind of new. It's only on season 2, but it's episode 37, and it's another food episode. I do a lot of episodes about food, because I like food. I like to eat. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. I don't get a lot of enjoyment out of much these days, but food was always one of the things that I really enjoyed, so I do a lot of food episodes. And so what is this one about? Well, it's snack time. That's right. Let's talk about this. Snack time. Snacks. Ooh, snackies. I am a notorious snacker if there are snacks in the house, which means I try to limit my own access to snacks around home, because I'll just go nuts. I will just go through bags of things and just go crazy with it, and it's not healthy, of course, to just eat snack like that, but I just have that mentality. There's something in my subconscious that's like, let's have a snack. Snack, and just keep eating the snacks. Oh, snacks. And so I try to kind of avoid that. But my daughter is a child, of course, and she requires snacks in between her meals to make sure that she can get her extra nutrients and things, because she's active, she's running around, she's doing things. So I make sure I have snacks for her, and I have to fight not to eat all of them, because they're not for me, they're for her. But what is a snack, you might say? And others of you might be saying, why do you need to explain what a snack is? Well, I mean, some people might not know the term. I don't know. According to everybody's favorite, not always accurate website of information, Wikipedia, a snack is a small portion of food eaten between meals. Now, the thing about that is, though, that's a pretty static definition of snack. Because when I'm in a snacking mood, I will eat, I could eat whole platefuls of food as a snack. I'm a very Garfield the cat-ish, with my snacking sometimes. Not as bad as I used to be. I used to just be like, which basically meant my whole day was just an amalgamation of meals of various sizes rather than snacks, I guess. But or maybe they were all just snacks and not a single one of them was a complete meal. I don't know. One or two of those things. But typically a snack is something small, just to, if you're a little hungry, but you're not trying to spoil your dinner, your lunch, whatever, and you don't got time for much else, then you just have something small that'll tide you over for a little while, so your stomach's not rumbling, and then you keep on going. And snacks can be all kinds of different things. They can be savory, they can be pastries, they can be sweets, you can even have drink snacks. Drinks as a snack is a big thing. You can have some things that you drink as a full meal these days, and I'll get into that in a little bit here once I hit that part of it. But snacking culture, it's a weird term, but snacking culture has always kind of been defined by here in the United States. Because the United States we have this reputation among other countries of being overweight, just sitting there watching TV all the time, being real lazy and things. And I get it. It's not true necessarily. But some countries as a whole kind of look at us like that. Individually, no. You can go to other countries and be like, oh yeah, you're from the United States, that's cool. In their own language, of course, not like in English like we're speaking right now. But it's not entirely undeserved, because we have so many snacks here. We have so many things as snacks. And we've taken things from other countries and absorbed them into our own culture as snacks. Like we have potato chips. potato chips as they would be, but potato chips is something you might say in a more southern area of the country. Potato chips, we have the Lay's brand of potato chips, right? You can get them in all different flavors. You can get them in the regular, you can get them in sour cream and onion, you can get them cheese, you can get them barbecue, all that kind of stuff. The UK, the United Kingdom, also has basically their Lay's potato chips, but for some reason or another they don't call them Lay's, they call them Walkers. But it's this almost the same exact logo, very similar flavors. And I don't know if maybe they're just made slightly different over there to some extent that requires that they can't be called the same thing, but the same company makes them anyway. It's a weird copyright thing goes on. And Japan has Lay's chips as well. They can call them Lay's, which is another weird wrinkle. Why can't the UK call them that? I don't know. But Japan has them, but they have all kinds of other flavors, too, that you would never imagine here. They've got, like, teriyaki sushi flavor and seaweed cracker and all kinds of things. And it's nuts, just the variety that you can get in other parts of the world compared to here, as well as here. I mean, we have a huge variety here. They came out with cappuccino-flavored Lay's some years ago, which were horrifying to see. I never tried them myself because that's just getting way out of my comfort zone as far as potato chips go. But cappuccino flavored, no thank you. But Japan does stuff like that. Japan is a huge snacking culture. It's almost as big as the United States, to be honest. Like the snack foods you can get in Japan, it boggles the mind. And we'll get to them in a little bit, too. But in the United States, of course, you've got... I'm going to pull up a few. Let's see here. I'm going to go down. I have a list here. Onion rings. Onion rings are a side order, but you can also have them as a snack. That's something you get in the United States. Don't blast down my list thing here. Gosh darn you. Onion rings. The formatting on my phone is kind of weird about it. Granola bars. Protein bars. Those are a snack. My daughter eats Cliff bars. And none of the brands that I'm going to mention tonight are sponsors of the show, and I'm not an endorsement for any of that. I'm not a spokesperson. No money has changed hands, so no copyright issues of any kind. Granola bars, protein bars. Let's see, what else? I've got the list is funky here. It keeps jumping around. A sandwich can be a snack, and you can do all kinds of things with sandwiches. You can use lunch meat, you can use just peanut butter and jelly, you can use all kinds of different things. You can even, honestly, for a snack, you can just take a spoonful of peanut butter and just eat it right out of the peanut butter container. Sometimes I do that. I'm just like, I just need a quick bit of protein. Oh, dip a spoon in the peanut butter, take a bite, there you go. Cheese can be used as a snack. People have cubed cheeses or sliced cheeses, and they'll just have a slice or two. They do that in the United Kingdom as well. String cheese is a big thing here. String cheese, where it's like a mozzarella cheese, and you can peel it off in little strings and eat that. Chips and crisps. I'm trying to look for some things that are very specific to the United States. And they've got the countries kind of all over the place. But anyway, potato chips. Pretzels. Hard pretzels are a big thing here. In Germany, they have the big, soft pretzels that you put the mustard on and sometimes the cheese and things. And here it's always cheese. You always have cheese on your pretzels. But we get the little snack pretzels, which were apparently introduced by the Dutch in the 1800s. But they didn't catch on right away. They didn't catch on until after the Depression here in the United States, after the 30s. because then you could put things in bags and seal them better. Because before then, you had a lot of these snack foods, they were sold by vendors, like street vendors, and you weren't sure about the hygiene about them because we didn't have ways to preserve all of these things. So they were kind of like, oh, well, those are for poor people and things, which is kind of a mean thing to say, but that's what people used to do back in those days. They used to look down on, anything that was not proper, of course, was for the poor people, which was, and you still get some of that today, which is a big shame. Let's try not to do that. But, now that we've got so much packaging, we've got ways to preserve things, all that's kind of gone. Some people still are kind of like, oh, potato chips. Well, but whatever. And this is kind of an outdated attitude. Tortilla chips, of course, come from Mexico. And I love tortilla chips. You go to a Mexican restaurant here in the United States, they give you that. It's like fancy restaurants in the United States, or pretty much anywhere in the world, will give you like baskets of bread and things in between while you're waiting for your meal, and just kind of as a snack, basically, while you're waiting for your main meal. And in Mexican restaurants here in the United States, you get baskets of tortilla chips and salsa. Oh man, love them, love them. Most places are like unlimited because they're cheap. Tortilla chips are not very expensive, which is why I buy them for my daughter a lot, because they're a good hearty, just like good filling snack, or to go with like her lunch or something like that. But tortilla chips, and they're from fried corn tortillas, and you can get them in a variety of things. You can get them in white corn, yellow corn. You can get them with flavors, like Doritos, of course. Doritos is a big United States thing. Doritos are basically tortilla chips with multitudes of heavy flavor seasoning. So heavy that your fingers are stained afterwards. Your teeth are stained. And a fun story, fun little tangent, because I got my stories. When I was in chemistry class in high school, we did an experiment where apparently you can tell how high, not the exact number, but you can tell the extent of calories in a food by how quickly it burns, okay, in a direct flame. So we would take the Bunsen burner and we would, set it to a certain temperature, and we'd take different foods like bread and whatnot, and stuff that wasn't super messy, like not like chocolate bars and whatnot, but things that you could just take a piece of and put them in the Bunsen burner at an exact height to make sure that everything was exactly the same, and see how quickly it went up. And what we found, I remember at the time, the dog's over there, horking over there, we found that Doritos were some of the highest calorie foods that we had available to us at the time. Now, I'm sure there's other foods out there in the world that are more higher calorie than a Dorito, but at the time in school we had our lunches and we had stuff we'd brought in from home, and we'd had stuff in the vending machines, and Doritos took the cake, and man, they burned. Whew, they went up like a little torch. It was entertaining, to say the least. Crackers are another thing. Like, we get animal crackers. They're slightly sweet. Sometimes you can get them with frosting or without. So you can make like desserts as a snack, kind of. Desserts are almost like a snack, depending on when they're served, I suppose. Bagel chips. I love me some bagel chips. Oh my gosh, bagel chips. Give me some bagel chips. I love them. My daughter likes oyster crackers, which are shaped like little oysters, and when you put them in the soup, they're supposed to kind of split open, like they're little oysters opening up. She loves those. And in South Africa, they have biltong. Biltong is like jerky. It's a beef jerky, and it's popular for rugby games and things. Corn dogs. My daughter used to really, really, really like corn dogs, and she doesn't hate them now, but I think she's kind of tired of them. She's had a lot of corn dogs in her life, and she gets kind of like, oh, I don't really want corn dogs today, so I don't buy them as much as I used to. I wait until she's like, we haven't had in a while corn dogs. Oh, that's right. Okay, let's have some corn dogs. And that's a United States thing. If you don't know what a corn dog is, if you're from another country and you're kind of like, what are you talking about? It is a hot dog skewered on a stick, dipped in corn batter, and deep fried. Oh, yeah, because everything is deep fried here. That's one thing we share with Scotland. Scotland likes to deep fry food, and the United States loves to deep fry food. So there's two things that really love to deep fry food. Hot dogs in general can be a snack if you just have one or two. Let's see what else. In Japan, they've got dried fish. Dried fish they'll have as a snack. Some people eat bacon as a snack. That's a very American thing, right? Very United States. Japan has noodles for snacks. They have cup noodles, which we get here, but in Japan they're a lot more prevalent. Like they're very common, and they have them as their snacks. But cup noodles, ramen can be a snack. Instant noodles, that kind of thing in Japan. Japan also has Pocky, which my daughter got. Somebody at Halloween was giving out Pocky for their Halloween buckets, and my daughter hadn't had it before. Oh man, she's a believer in the Pocky now, which is like a cookie stick, a very thin, very light cookie stick, dipped in some kind of a really light, like a frosting or a ganache almost, of a certain flavor. It can be chocolate or strawberry, whatever, and very light, sweet snack. And she loved them. She loved them. Now, other things that you might not know that can be a snack here. Let me go out of that section. Let's see. Cereal. Cereal can be a snack. I sometimes have a bowl of cereal for a snack. Cereal, we have all kinds here. We've got the flakes, like the corn flakes and the frosted flakes. We've got the Chex cereal, Life cereal. Right now we have Reese's Puffs. So it's the Reese's peanut butter cup flavored puff cereal. We've got that. And I know people who eat cereal like for snacks throughout the day. Like they'll just get handfuls of it, put it in a bowl. That's that. No milk or nothing. Just like eat some cereal. It's pretty common, actually. In France, they eat crepes as a snack. I always thought crepes was like one of those fancy, like you eat it as like a dessert or like an appetizer or even as the main meal. But I didn't know you could just have it as a snack. But again, remember, pretty much anything can be a snack. Because me, that's what I did. I was a snacker. So I can eat anything as a snack. In Spain, they have croquettes, which are pretty awesome. There's a lot of things that grow into a croquette. A Scotch egg from Scotland is basically a form of croquette. Donuts. Donuts can be a snack. Donuts can be a snack. I would love to have donuts as snacks. So a lot of times, I knew donuts as a breakfast food. Because growing up, when I was a kid, my family took us to church when I was a kid. And a lot of times in the mornings, if there was like a special event going on that wasn't like a big holiday breakfast, but just, a speaker or just something going on, they would bring in donuts for everybody. And it would be basically like a breakfast. Everybody would be able to get donuts and things. And love me some donuts. I'd like to eat more donuts, but... Now, here's something fun. In ancient Greece and ancient Rome, they ate pancakes for snacks. Can you believe that? A pancake for a snack. We eat them for breakfast in the United States, but in ancient Greece and ancient Rome, they were a snack. And that's neat. I could see that, them walking around being like, oh yeah, let me just... Maybe there's a street vendor who's making pancakes. They make a pancake, you grab it, and you go, and you're walking along to whatever you're doing. Eat a pancake, get some carbs, and get some energy, right? In Italy, since pizza is such a big thing, of course, they eat pizza as a snack over there sometimes. Just buy the slice. Here, I'll have a slice of pizza. It's usually more fresh than here. Of course, in Germany, they have the pretzels. And it's just cool to see the things that people have that we always assume are like a specific kind of meal food, but they can be a snack, like just about anything. Now, getting to where I mentioned this earlier, is you can drink your snack. You can drink your snack. And in the United States, we have like milkshakes. People oftentimes will go to Starbucks and get their iced coffees, and those will be a snack. Because there's so much stuff in them. You got the chocolate, you got the cookie crumbles, you got the whipped cream, you got this, you got all these things in there. You might as well make it a snack. It's basically a walking dessert. Right? In Taiwan, bubble tea is a snack, and you can get bubble tea here with the boba pearls. Some people use energy drinks as a snack, which is not the healthiest thing in the world. Please don't do that. I know sometimes you're just like, I'm just going to have an energy drink. Don't do that. That's not a snack. That's just, some people think coffee is a snack, and it's not on its own. Like, if you have those Starbucks drinks with all the other things on there, okay, that can fill you up and be kind of like a snack. But just straight up, nah, I don't think so. Horchata from Mexico can be a snack. And it's a plant-based, but sometimes with actual animal milk, made from nuts and rice and different things, horchata. So that's cool. We have something here. It's a brand called Huel. Huel. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Maybe it's just Huel. Huel. Huel, something like that. Where they make like these shakes that combine so many different foods blended together nutrient-wise with some flavoring and whatnot to give you all of the complete nutrition you would need for an entire meal in a cup that you can drink. And I know some people who've done that, and they say it works pretty well. It's interesting. It is interesting. And in a movie, a Disney movie that my daughter likes, it's not a bad movie. It's probably one of my favorite Disney movies these days. One of the more better modern ones is WALL-E, the one about the robot, the garbage robot. Okay. In the far future, when they've moved off planet Earth, they're on this colony ship, basically flying through space, waiting to come back to Earth. And everything that they take in, all of their nutrients, are all liquid-based in a cup. And so you see, like, they got breakfast, lunch, and dinner all in these cups, which is basically like a big straw Starbucks drink. And that's basically what the Huel is. It's kind of like that, but it's healthier probably, because the stuff that they had in the ship was probably nutritionally complete, but they didn't do anything else. They got really large and lumpy, and they didn't really run around much, and the foods were so high in all these calories and things to keep them alive that they didn't really help them too much. But it's cool to think that, this kind of stuff is a reality now, and depending on how responsible with it will depend on where it goes in the future. Another big snack, of course, is trail mix, which I like. And there's different versions of trail mix. Like sometimes it's savory with like salty foods and like jerky and things in it. And other times it's sweet with like bits of candy or bits of chocolate, yogurt covered nuts and things in there. And it's a bit expensive. Like, you can probably make your own trail mix for cheap if you had all the ingredients, because then you can portion out everything, and each portion would be less than what you'd pay for if you had bought it portioned to begin with. But just buying it straight off the shelf, it's pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive these days. But it's good. I mean, anytime that you go camping, it's like, oh, let's get some trail mix. Well, let's get some trail mix, hey. It's a staple kind of thing. But yeah, I can eat anything as a snack. Just about. Which is a problem. It's a problem for me, because I can go on snack rampages, and I can just eat bags and bags and bags of tortilla chips and things, and pretzels and whatnot. So I have to kind of be like, no, don't eat that. So when I get hungry in the middle of the day, what I try to do is I try to make my main meals big enough, or at least dense enough, to last throughout the day to my next meal. So I don't have to snack as much. Because if I have the opportunity, I'll just go nuts with it, which is not particularly healthy. It's not healthy to just snack and snack and snack and snack and avoid the actual like fully nutritional meals and things you get. Because no individual snack is a complete nutritional meal. Even the protein bars or the Huel things, which the Huel things are actual, they're marketed as like a lunch in a cup. And that's probably possible, but I don't know if you'd be able to live on those indefinitely. I don't know if I would. I could try it. I've thought about trying it, honestly. I've thought about trying them. But it's an expense right now, and kind of low on expense chances at the moment. But yeah, snacks. When I was a kid, I would eat just about anything as a snack. Like, just get in the fridge. Oh, a couple slices of cheese, yeah. A whole cheese sandwich, yeah. 2 sandwiches, yeah. Lunch meats, yeah. Just reach in, grab it, and go. And as I got older, I didn't really do that as much. I was having like more meals, but I would have multiple small meals throughout the day, rather than like snacks in between. But yeah, snack time. I'm going to stop a couple minutes early, because I think I've made myself hungry, and I've said all I can say about snacks for the moment. So this is going to be shy of the 30-minute mark. But once again, this was episode 37. There's 38 and 39 to go, and then there will be the last episode of the season, episode 40. I don't know what 38 and 39 are going to be, but I do know what episode 40 is going to be. I'm going to have a guest, and it's going to be bad jokes. I don't mean bad as in like, unfit for young ears and things. They're going to be bad, as in they're just not good. They might make you laugh, but they're not good jokes. That's the intent anyway. Bad jokes, episode 40. Before I take my month off, as is customary. And then come back for season 3. That'll be the Monday after Thanksgiving. It'll be pre-recorded, because that's the only way. My guest software that I used to use is broken on my laptop for whatever reason, and I can't fix it. And I think it's because my operating system is probably too old to support it effectively at this point. So I have to go to the guest on location. And I can't do that on a Monday. But I can do that on a Sunday. So the Sunday, the day before, I'm going to be hanging out. We're going to tell our bad jokes and record it back and forth. And then I'm going to present it the Monday after that for every one of you. Okay? Okay. In the meantime, I know I haven't been putting out any content on any of my other platforms for, I don't know, over a week now. Just, some things going on. And I don't really want to get into it too deeply, because this show isn't about that. This show is about having a good time, which are few and far between sometimes. But, yeah, I'm going to go, I don't know, maybe have a snack. I should probably have a full meal. I had lunch. I'm waiting to have my dinner. I shouldn't be snacking. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But if you're hungry for a snack, by all means, go have yourself a big old snackaroo. A snackerel of honey, as a certain Pooh Bear would say. And I will see you folks next time.